The Jaguars' offseason has flat out gone off the rails. Here's a look at all the coaches that they talked to in the initial round of interviews, and we've started kind of adding X's to guys' names. Ben Johnson got a job, Aaron Glenn's got a job, and Liam Cohen, he hasn't got a job, but right now it sounds like he's staying in Tampa Bay for a new contract. And it's hard to believe that a guy like Liam Cohen said, thanks for wanting to talk to me, but no thanks, I'm just going to stay in Tampa. I mean, honestly, this head coaching search just has me kind of like that. It's been completely mismanaged, and now on top of everything, you got to add a search for a new general manager to the list. And there he is. You wave bye to him with me? Because nobody's going to miss Trent Baalke around here. But at this point, with the way the head coaching search is going, I honestly kind of miss Doug Peterson. At least he gave me some good pictures to talk about. But let's talk about one thing that Doug Peterson did bring us, and that was a phrase. He said, so what, now what? And the Jaguars still have a head coaching search because they got to find somebody to lead them next year. So maybe they can get lucky. Last year, the Commanders got a constellation prize in this guy, Dan Quinn. And all he's done is get to quinning up in Washington and has them in the conference championship game. Can the Jaguars get that lucky? I mean, maybe, I guess. All right. So who's left out on the market is the question. These are the two guys that the Jaguars already have interviews scheduled with, Robert Saleh and Patrick Graham. So Robert Saleh is the former Jets head coach. Patrick Graham is currently under contract with the Las Vegas Raiders as a defensive coordinator. Both of these guys are a hard no for me. I'd expect at this point that they're going to expand their second round of interviews and include a couple other coaches, like maybe these guys. Joe Brady is the offensive coordinator for the Buffalo Bills. He was the last virtual interview, and I've been told it went pretty well. So maybe bring him in for an in-person interview. Bills are still playing, though, so they have to wait to talk to him. We'll see what happens this weekend when they play their game. Todd Monken, on the other hand, his schedule's wide open since the Ravens season's over. He's the Ravens offensive coordinator. He has had a ton of success in coaching and could be a guy that's worth taking a second look at. And another guy that's at least worth talking to, and I can't believe I'm saying this, is Cliff Kingsbury. If they're going to expand the search, they might as well talk to this guy. There are reports that Kingsbury doesn't want to entertain any jobs until the Commanders season is over. And at this point, the Jaguars can wait for him. Look, I'm on the fence about Kingsbury as a head coach. I think his record as a head coach is just kind of mid. In college, he was just a mid coach, 2 winning seasons at Texas Tech and a 35-40 record. Arizona, 1 winning season and a 28-37 record as a head coach. Just mid. But what he's done with the Commanders' offense this year and the players I've spoken with about him, they like playing for him. So if he could get the Jaguars' offense rolling, it would work. But overall, the home run swing, the prayer, is still that guy, Liam Cohen, the Buccaneers' offensive coordinator. Now, I talked about him at the top, but according to the reports out of Tampa, maybe he hasn't put pen to paper just yet. So fingers crossed, go buy a lottery ticket and hope that somehow, some way, that getting Trent Baalke out of Jacksonville might be enough to convince that guy to at least give the Jaguars a solid look. I think Liam Cohen would definitely be a solid head coaching hire, especially with how this process has gone so far for the Jaguars. We'll see what happens next. We'll definitely talk about it on the next episode of the News for Jags podcast. Justin Barney and I sat down, did an episode today, kind of wrapping up everything that's been going on, talking about Trent Baalke and who should be leading the Jaguars. You can track that down anywhere that you get your podcast, or just head over to newsforjags.com, click on that handy dandy sports page. That'll do it for sports.